Hey everybody, welcome to the second podcast of the Great Venture. We are going to be talking with James, aka JT, about Facebook, Fortnite, Mixer's Spark system being axed, and other projects that we have coming up here out in PAX West, and our visit we plan on having at the SEMA Car Show in 2019 here out in Las Vegas. All right, here we go. So what do you want to jump into first? Between Crazy Rich Fortnite Kid, Asteroid, Facebook, Mixer.
I think Fortnite and Asteroid would probably be the quickest ones as far as time goes on them, time spent on them. I could see us spending more time on Facebook, and then the Mixer thing, I think we would probably spend the most time on. That would be my guess.
All right, then walk into it.
I don't know if you want to go in that order, or if you just want to mix it, or
this is all improv. Structures at a minimum. If your podcast has structure,
you don't know how.
Loser.
I don't work without structure.
I know, I'm here to freaking melt your brain off.
So did you guys hear about that asteroid?
The asteroid thing's nuts. I don't understand how a scientist literally to whatever news organization reached out to them was just like, oopsies, whoops, we missed a big rock that would have destroyed our lives.
It's kind of funny they don't dime off what agency it was. They just say scientists revealed. Who fucked up on this?
I am very curious on just the exact process of what they actually go through every day on monitoring rocks coming at our rock. Like, what is it, like a big game of Asteroid, but just like maximized to like 8,000?
That one got through.
That's just like, I don't know even what that would consist of. Like, how many cameras are tracking rocks? How many cameras are like? I can only imagine maybe even the lack of funding that there is to be spotting asteroids.
That could be a big portion of it. That definitely could be a big portion of it.
Because what, it was like 427 feet wide. That's honest to God not that big. Until it smacks.
It might not be that big until it hits, when it has over 30 times the energy of Hiroshima.
A nuke. Yeah.
Wow.
When nukes blow up, it's scary. Well, yeah, well, just the fact that it would have, like, wiped, like, imagine that thing made impact, destroyed like 1 million people instantly. They're all dead. How Earth itself, like, the population of human beings on it would have reacted to something like that. Like, all of a sudden, Trump's space program doesn't look stupid. People are just like, oh my God, we're getting killed by space. I just figured it was like a nuke just going off and, like, Boston.
That's more than just a city. 30 times the energy of the atomic bomb at Hiroshima. That's more than just a city. It
vaporizes the city because only 100,000 people died instantly at Hiroshima. Now you just have instantaneous million people dead. Imagine the disturbance of everything.
And where does it hit? That's the big thing. If it hits on land, okay, all the cities around that. If it hits in the water, now you're talking
tsunami stuff.
The tsunamis on both sides of the planet.
Let's just hope it doesn't hit the Gulf of New Mexico. Or Holy Gulf of New Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, we can't ruin that Gulf.
New Orleans is super done.
Yeah.
And Galveston.
New Orleans is done with almost a Category 1 hurricane.
Yeah, they can't really handle too much of a puddle, let alone an asteroid. So yeah, that was
that thing, 15 miles a second.
I mean, what is it getting a gallon though? Is my real question. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Yeah, that's to say.
I don't think anyone's, because I'm still paranoid of the whole Yellowstone thing. Like, when is the mega volcano going to blow up?
Mount St. Helens.
No. Like, the Yellowstone Park's supposed to get turned into Kentucky Fried Chicken soon. I don't want to be anywhere near that. That's why I don't want to be on the West Coast.
Not Yellowstone, that bad. Just Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just to clarify.
Like, clarification. I do not want millions of people to die.
Segueing
from asteroids to Fortnite, since Fortnite maps get blown up by asteroids. Yeah, that kid went in $2 million. Whatever it was, $3 million.
$3 million.
15-year-old. Like, I don't know what you do going to school the next day.
Whatever the hell you want.
Do you even go to school? I go homeschool, I think.
Yeah, just buy whatever
you're gonna have all this kids
you want.
Yeah. Like, I'm going homeschool. I don't want to hang around.
Okay, but since he's 16, I wonder if that has to be, if there's any stipulation that it has to be put into a trust, or his parents have to manage it for him.
There's got to be some
There's
legal.
been
There's
times
got
in
to
the
be some
past where
verbal.
parents have screwed kids over that, you know, the kids made the money,
Oh,
but
I
the
would.
parents had control of it. And
Oh,
totally screwed them over.
you have me on $500,000 on back allowances. Thanks, bud. Let me slip that on over my way. Yeah, I would probably. If I'm the parent, I'm probably snagging a cool 6 figures off of that as a parent tax.
Yeah.
Like, listen here, bud. We're not claiming this money. I'm not even claiming you as a real human being if you don't freaking cough some of that over. I just like what that does to the PUBG community. I mean, what Fortnite brings, crap on it all you want, it brings money to the table. PUBG, what are you doing over there, bud? Even,
Well, it's
I mean,
more money than even like the CS:GO tournaments and stuff. That was huge money.
well, I mean, COD, they bring money, but that's more of a multiplayer team-on-team thing. For those world championships, Halo, same thing.
And those, yeah, that's all being divvied out to, you know, multiple players on a team. This was $3 million for one person to win.
It's $100.
And not only that, I mean, look at the second, third, fourth, fifth place people. They still got a grip.
Yeah, the
of
purse
cash.
was great. It was like an honest to God open. I don't remember the last purse I looked at for one of the golf opens, but they're a lot, and it was right there with it.
So it said Epic Games parent company doled out $10 million in cash during the first round, with another $30 million going to the game's top players during the weekend.
I could pay for a couple lunches. I would happily just attend it. I would walk away as the game launched. AFK dropped at the end, get wiped, and just be like, I don't care.
So now
came
that
in
you
to make
see
my
this
50.
this big purse for Fortnite competitions, are we going to see a bunch of PUBG people move over to Fortnite to try to get some of that green?
Streamers kind of fall in an interesting realm with that, though. And it also depends on the platform you play, the platform you stream on.
But this was an open tournament. Anybody could try to qualify for it.
It's tricky.
And if people have that desire to do esports and competitions and stuff, and PUBG
Well,
is
they
not
claim they do.
bringing
They
that
claim
much
they
money.
do. Yeah, you're getting clowned over here by some 15-year-old. Every single person on 98% of the PUBG platform that streams that looks like a clown. You have a 15-year-old that's out earning you on in every single way possible.
He's in top 10 for highest earnings in esports for a single event, or actually, I think just for a solo player.
I don't know
That's
what
crazy.
honest to God conversation you could have in a negative format about Fortnite at that point. Like,
Not
what
now.
do you go about
now when
saying?
you're talking about that much money, that's crazy.
Money moves, so like, what are you doing?
So I'm playing PUBG for 12
Hey, but maybe we'll get some sparks out of it.
Good. Yeah. Okay. So what does Sparks do to monetization? Not only monetization for Mixer, now that that's gone, there's not really
Nothing
a clear.
now.
There's not a clear segue on when ads are coming in. What does that do to your viewership now?
It's going to be interesting. I was talking with somebody the other day, and their hope was that with the monetization of Sparks going away, that it starts to bring people back to smaller streams. Now you don't have those people just sitting in Spark farms trying to load up to dole out to people.
My thing in the beginning was those quote unquote people. Those are just accounts of those people that are already watching those people. So I mean, those were just burner accounts to begin with. I mean, it's
Some
not
of
like
them, sure.
it's
Some of
not
them,
like you're walking into Monster Cat's chat room and there's 80 million people and they're just duking it out with some sort of philosophical lesson in the chat space. Like it was just they're just farm accounts.
Oh, there was
So-
definitely a lot of farm accounts because of that to just try to get as many sparks as you can so that you can reach that top tier.
And you can't blame people farming. Like I hated just seeing the constant dialogue of how could people do this? There's money involved.
I mean, yeah, there's no
you know?
way you can blame them for it. I mean, Mixer put it out there for them, and they took advantage of it the best way they could.
Yep.
You know, there's no fault of them for trying to get what they can out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
People that are crying about it going away now, they kind of need to suck it up and figure out what they're doing,
Reevaluate.
because Mixer told them this wasn't going to last forever in the first place.
I just wish Mixer would have had that ad platform brought into place to subsidize what was coming in or what was leaving with the Sparks. Just to show me
I
some
can-
sort of organization in that format.
I can see it as somebody who might benefit from the ads. Yes, you would want that so that you can actually still have some other type of support for your stream if that's what you're doing for a living.
Well,
and
this is
stuff.
what Mixer was bragging about. This is what all the Mixer
As a
partners
viewer,
bragged about.
I don't want to see ads. I don't want them. I hate them on Twitch. I don't want to see them.
Well, ever since the YouTube stuff, I love ads. Ever since the channel became a partner, I see an ad on YouTube and I'm just like, woo, 2 pennies, baby. So ads I have a biased opinion on ads now being someone that can have some sort of revenue from ads, but
They're a necessary evil.
yes, but like everyone, this is one of the major props to several surveys that have been done by several folks on what was the biggest thing that drove Mixer's popularity at that time, and it was Sparks. Like being able to monetize and pay out streamers in Sparks. And now it's gone, so now it's like, well, okay, you guys are Twitch. You're just a baby Twitch. You're literally, you have your embers.
Yeah,
what
it
else?
definitely probably brought quite a few people over to it to see, so they could try to grab some of that,
Some of that Spark money,
some of that
baby.
Spark money.
I mean, you had the same thing during the Mixer matchups when you had all that free money rolling around for people that were grinding out the game.
The Mixer matchup things, though, at least that was some type of competition. There was some,
Sparks are a competition.
not so much. I mean, you can leave your browser sitting open and just sit it on the stream
Hey,
and just collect.
How
them and
organized
roll
can you
them
get? How organized can you get? I think that
How
was the
organized can you
competition.
get with how many browser windows you can have open and how
Other
many
folks doing
things-
it for you? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's it's like building a political party.
A little pyramid scheme there.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I just I understand why people are like telling like those 5K to 10, 15K streamers to shut up and get over it. But it's not like Microsoft is a great platform on like Mixer is a great platform to get subs compared to Twitch. Twitch with Amazon at least has an easier route to get subs with the Prime.
And that's one thing that
Still
people have
waiting
been
on.
clamoring for Microsoft to do something. Have Mixer Pro give a free sub, each month, or
Show me your investment.
Game Pass or something. Some
Yeah.
type of incentive for subscriptions and stuff. I think Mixer needs that.
Yeah, like Microsoft, this isn't Zune Marketplace. Like, we need you to come forward and show that this is a long-term route of success.
Yeah.
For the love of God, plug in this up.
They have affiliate, and I think that with Mixer bringing out monetization for non-partnered streamers, I think that's the beginning stages of their own affiliate style program. What the terms of it will be, if they're just going to open it to everybody who day one they can start streaming and get subs on their account, or if
I bet there's like a 2-month thing.
Requirements.
If you remember how the Ember program was released to people in stages, one of the first requirements was 2 months. So I bet there's some sort of template in that Mixer takes out and plops on the affiliates that are doing this.
I think they should still do a minimum threshold as far as
Followers.
and stuff.
I think Mixer's at the point of either building a revenue stream from this even more than they are from the current Ember and sub programs, or recovering maybe some loss to build up a budget. I really don't know how those books operate on their end, but it's got to be one of those two routes. Like it's nothing. It can't be really too much of anything else. Can it?
I don't know. Mixer needs to do some growing as far as diversifying themselves and make it so that it's not considered an Xbox-centric platform.
Yeah, but you're appealing.
They need to bring in some PC streamers and some PlayStation streamers that are going to bring more people of those platforms to the Mixer platform itself.
Well, do you have a Mixer route to stream on a PlayStation console?
Nope, not unless you're doing it through a PC.
Well, do you open up that route and you start bringing in these other folks? Or should they just keep working on the platform? Because you could even argue the platform's not ready to hold that kind of audience. I mean, look what happened when we had E3. Like, everyone's views blew up. But they had that influx of audience and just everything else went to garbage. But E3's icon on the viewership was flying high. So it's just, I don't know how stable their platform is to have that kind of influx.
Well, and with an influx like that on FTL, it's definitely going to
put some problems on it.
Yeah.
Did you think
They've got a lot
Amazon?
of growing to do. I mean, when you look at it, Twitch compared to Mixer, Mixer is still a baby in the streaming game. They've got a lot of growing to do and a lot of work to try to catch up with some of the things that Twitch.
And even in
doing
a
to
natural
get
sense,
that
because
to-
I wouldn't say that what they've done growth-wise has really been in a natural sense with the monetization of Sparks and what that led to. Like, I don't think that was a natural growth pattern. They inflated that growth, and now after that's done, like we see
you
a
go
lot
from
of yeah, because I mean Facebook Gaming overtook them. I mean Facebook's got a 500 million people on it, so I mean they have a platform that has a pretty heavy source. YouTube, same thing. So everyone's already kind of in a better position. Mixer just has to find a way to get a source, and I don't know how they do that. Really, that's conventional.
I don't think they know right now.
Well, it blew my mind after watching that podcast I was talking about, of the one that I retweeted on Twitter, where the guy on that podcast had talked about he's had interactions with the Twitch folks, and the Twitch folks barely know what they're doing. Like they're just a bunch of young kids, mid-20s, mid-30s, that have been bought out by Amazon, and they're just kind of moving about the fields, and they really don't know what's what. They don't really know how to overtake YouTube's view times. They don't really. There's not
But to their
a clear
benefit, they
set.
had that market share from the get-go, so they're the big dogs, and they just kind of hold on to it. And
Yeah, but I mean,
fly by
he
the
brought
seat
up.
of their pants.
I heard they were bringing up a good topic on bringing up actual like a space for VODs on Twitch, where you could have some sort of curated content that you could place on Twitch, where you'd start having your own video library to start plugging in this ad money that way as well. And
so that you could upload stuff to it, or just your streams.
you could treat it like it would be like a YouTube hybrid, if not kind of what YouTube already is, but coming from the streaming end to the standalone.
And that would be a good thing. I've seen people on Reddit talking about a way to upload stuff to their Mixer or Twitch, and yeah, there isn't a way to do that. So that would definitely be an avenue for them to explore. But then they start getting into the competition of their competing against
Standalone
YouTube.
content. Yep. But I mean, people get mad at
And
YouTube
with the
every other
standalone
week.
content, they're gonna have to monitor that as far as what's being put up there, and that's
They got to run their ads differently too. Yeah.
yeah.
And then that gets tricky. You have there's got to be a lot of logistics back behind you on that whenever you're starting down that.
But they've
path.
got the backing of Amazon, so it's not like they don't have the
but-
clout and everything and the manpower to do it.
Yeah, you would hope.
You would think so.
Yeah, I don't really know where the streaming platforms really start producing from here at this point. I mean, going back on what we were saying with the whole Facebook thing. I mean, these companies are so big, financial issues don't matter. I mean, yeah, perfect example. You had the Facebook gets fined $5 billion for the whole privacy matter that popped up,
Which is chump change to them.
It didn't budge their stock. I mean, their stock took a little baby slap, but it meant nothing because they know how to sell data. And the whole Cambridge Analytical issue that led to that $5 billion fine took a slap on the butt.
Yeah, they made more. They made more off the stock going up that day than the entire fine. They were up by 1.1% by the end of trading, and it added more than $6 billion to its market cap.
Yep.
That day. So
Yeah.
$5 billion fine. Here you go, no problem.
But
Hey,
and
done.
then you think you don't want to overfine a company to the point of exhausting their revenue or something for them. So at the same time, it's like, well, how
would
do you? I don't think anyone in Congress knows what to do. Like you're
What
going
would
to
you
trust
have to
some
find
55-year-old whoever the hell to
What
come
would
up
you
with
have to
some.
find Facebook to get rid of their revenue stream?
Oh God,
That's
dude,
insane.
you'd have to go assassinate Mark Zuckerberg or something. There's no like logical way to go about really hurting Facebook financially.
And
by
it's
the
scary
government.
when you think about Facebook in that $5 billion is chump change to them. That's just the loose change they have in their cup in the car for when they buy stuff.
Yeah, they got that in cash, easy.
All the power that company has behind it with all that money.
It's great. It's crazy.
Insane.
It's crazy
Absolutely.
where it's come from, how this was a dorm project that grew into we own the data and we have the steady trends of roughly 500 million people over the past 7-10 years.
and that data is only growing as far as AI comes in, and then facial recognition of all the photos and everything they have of people.
They can do a lot.
Facebook's a scary company. They could do a ton
You
of stuff.
sit down and think about it.
They do rule the world.
I mean, social media rules the world, but you think about what Facebook has access to. That's amazing data.
Yeah.
You can't argue that. I mean, that data that they have there's so much trend in it. There's so much you could analyze. It's mind-numbing. So I'm kind of excited to go over there and peek in their headquarters.
Look at
Whenever I go up to West. Yeah, because PAX West is what, coming up in month? So that should be pretty...
That's a good question.
I'm pretty positive it's that last weekend.
August 30th to September 2nd.
Yeah, so I mean, that'll be an interesting little spurt.
And then TwitchCon's at the end of September.
So what made you do TwitchCon over PAX West? What's your beef, dude?
I wanted to go to TwitchCon just to see more because it's more streamer centric, and that's what I want to see. I watched it last year's, and
you're gonna go
panels and stuff they had.
Dancing at the Fortnite thing or what?
No.
Well, it was so cringe. I would go
There's
just to see all those cringy weird.
Or the planet to get me dancing at the Fortnite thing.
I would have to be on like acid, to be fair. Like no normal substance would ever get me to that point.
But it was interesting watching the panels from TwitchCon last year, so I felt.
Well, yeah, because you had that psychopath.
To do more in this Twitch stuff to go in, or into the streaming stuff to go and listen to successful streamers and
on Twitch too. Yeah, because that's interesting. I mean, crap on Twitch all you want, being anti-capitalistic, but like Twitch is still like. I mean, it's a great machine. What they've done in this past 7-8 years, everyone's trying to replicate it.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to say Mixer's not gonna try to replicate Twitch? You're insane. We're more personable here. We're accepting. Blah blah blah. We're a tiny.
Well, Mixer
community.
had some unique stuff when it came out with FTL and the mix play and the co-streams, but unfortunately they haven't done enough to keep having unique features. And now Twitch is bringing those things in. D-Live's a whole nother animal. I don't think D-Live knows where it's going.
No. They got PewDiePie on board and like, oh my god, the most famous person on the internet.
That would bring a bunch of people, and it brought some, but then they kind of changed everything with their chests, and it kind of imploded a little bit on them.
Yeah, but no, yeah, the Twitch thing. I want to see another one of those incidents where that Twitch streamer said that he is better at life. What he said something. He said something about, I'm pretty much
is he better than, does he think that he's better than everyone else? And he said, yes, he does.
Like, do you think yeah. How do you view yourself in the world? Well, I'm God, pretty much.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't think anybody expected that from that panel.
Oh my God, no. I would have been up there on stage asking that question. I'm like, that's how you want to answer that. That's great. Awesome. Let that work its way out in social media, my guy. Have fun tomorrow.
But like they always say with your streams and everything is you do you be your person. Don't try to make yourself to be out somebody else unless you're doing a whole character thing. But
yeah, if you're gonna do the Dr. Disrespect route, at least walk into a bathroom and film and get booted for 2 weeks. Don't just say that you're better than everyone else. Prove to us that you're insane. No, but yeah, I chose West mostly because Microsoft's right down the street, so it'd be fun to visit that facility. There's a Google headquarters up there. I have a friend that's up there, so I'd be pumped to go out there and visit that facility and kind of tour around. It's just such a software city that it's just it's hard not
awesome
to go.
To go see Microsoft.
I just want to go around and just paper airplane everyone my resumes to death all around. Please take me at some point in my life.
I would have loved to go to PAX West. Maybe had I won $3 million at a Fortnite competition, I would have the money to go to both. But I suck at Fortnite.
True. But well, also going into with kind of what we do here on the Great Venture with the footage, I'm going to get some pretty sweet drone footage. The mountains and the lakes that are pretty close by around, like the Redmond area, got the ocean right there. I mean, I wish I was out there an extra 3-4 days. I could have. So I'll be doing drone footage while I'm there. I'm going to test out the Turo car rental service. I went through this car service that I found online. I had an old professor a software engineer professor that has a couple cars out here in San Antonio that he rents out through this Turo thing. Had no idea what he meant when he said it, and then I went ahead and looked it up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Airbnb for cars. So that's kind of sweet. So I went in and looked at what was in Seattle, since Seattle has a pretty high median income, to see what kind of crazy cars were out there, and I ended up finding a pretty sweet deal on a car that I will be doing a review on.
What'd you get?
You'll have to see in the video. But yeah, so I got.
So these are other people's cars that they're renting.
They just put out there. Yeah, it's pretty.
So weird.
Dustin and I had a heated debate for like 10 minutes about it, and we were going after how does the insurance play with it? How do the third party of how does the consumer interact with the owner? There's so many different moving parts.
So you rent your car out to some couple that's out on
Random
some
person.
little weekend, and they have sex in your car. Now you get that back. I mean,
well, then you could always write that up on Turo's back end of car smelled like sex, had to clean it out, $500. So I think there's some of
that's just weird.
Back end precautionary solutions that Turo probably will offer. But I don't plan on doing anything wild in that car. So yeah, I'm kind of excited renting out a car, seeing what that's going to be like for 5-6 days, because it's you couldn't get this deal on this kind of car through like something like Hertz.
So you're not getting a Prius.
No Prius. It's not a gas running car. We'll say that. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to go to West. Just trying out Turo, drone footage, all over the place between all the different elevation changes and everything, and then it's Seattle.
Maybe some IRL
it's
streams
like,
from there.
It's like my Mecca.
Huh?
I don't know. I think it would be rough. I saw a bunch of IRL streams at PAX South, and I wanted to jump out a window, so I don't know if I'll go that route. I can't do that again.
Well, that would make for some interesting content.
Oh yeah, dude jumps out of a window, puts it on IRL stream. Wild. All these subs he picked up, but he's dead. The great thing about YouTube, I could have 10,000 subscribers tomorrow watching a dead man's video. That's amazing.
They don't have that Watch People Die subreddit anymore. That got taken away.
Oh, thank God. That's disgusting. I can't handle that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Cringe. And then after West, we have Dustin and I will be doing a Vegas trip with a cousin, my dad's cousin, and my dad will be going up to Vegas to SEMA. My dad's cousin will be doing he has a build that he got from a guy that he'll be having displayed at a couple booths around SEMA. So we'll be able to take the channel to SEMA, have it set up at 3 different booths, have it being advertised with giveaways and such, and people looking at our content. So that's super exciting for just the YouTube side of things, not counting the mecca of cars that will be there at the same time.
Plus you're in Vegas.
Plus it's Vegas.
Good times.
You can do anything there. Anything.
When is
Wow.
SEMA?
SEMA is last weekend of October. It's that week of yeah, there you go. Are you sure, Dustin? Research that. You're on it? Yeah, so that will be exciting. We'll have Lance will go out and give us a lot of footage of him picking up the car from the manufacturer. He'll then go about with putting a lot of heat protection, a lot of sound deadening materials, and some other products that he'll be testing out on a road trip. I think some lithium solar powered batteries will be involved, and he will be having a whole bunch of content over, like, we're hoping to get 10 or 12 videos out of it, where it's going to be kind of a setup of me talking about what we did last channel or last video, moving into this video, and here's Lance, and then let Lance jump into it, and then I'll kind of cap off what we've gotten to, and then just leave us opening for the next video. So I'm hoping to get 12-15 videos out of that. Just that entire, it's gonna be a car trip from Omaha, Nebraska to Portland, and he'll be equipping his car along the way and doing all these little gizmos and gadgets with it, and then he'll be out in Vegas. Thank you. Fact check.
SEMA would be pretty cool.
SEMA is
Crazy cars.
crazy cars. There's all those crazy car models that just hang out there, since they're all getting paid by all these goofy marketing groups that are like, yeah, chicks in cars, woo! So
Gotta
they'll
love
be
booth babes.
yeah, so they'll have all that over the top dumb stuff on top of cars. I'm excited with the networking on the auto level. I think just we haven't had space to really operate like that yet, as a channel and a group. So I think it'll be really fun. I don't know, Dustin, have you done anything like close to kind of like a SEMA type event? I mean, I know you've gone to car shows and stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, just Texas car shows.
yeah, we've been all out in Texas Speedway or something once in a while. Looked at cars.
Stuff out in the ground.
Yeah,
It's gonna be decent zone, so we're really excited.
I'm excited. Extremely ecstatic. Spectre, what are you, a car guy at all, or no? You hate cars?
Nah,
Racist?
I drive a car. I know really nothing much about them, other than they get me from here to there.
What a
That's
very
about it.
simple lifestyle.
There's some, you know, I drive a 2006 Titan, so I don't get new cars all that often, and as long as it works, then I'm happy.
Nissan, strong man.
Been a good truck. Been happy
Strong
with it.
man. It's hard to get a Nissan utility vehicle or a truck. Takes some huevos.
I feel that's an underhanded little dig at me there, but
I'm not. Hey, I mean, I didn't say you drove a Chevy or anything.
Yeah, you have really good self-perception. Cost money.
Yeah, as long as you have like AT&T or Verizon, you should be perfect.
hey, it hasn't. I've only had to do one. It's not really major. I had to replace a radiator. Other than that, it's been perfect since 2006, so can't complain.
Lovely. So, yeah, after that, we would kind of go into, and that kind of pushes us into the end of the year. Can't think of what we have. I know we have PAX South last week of January, but I know Dustin's, after our experience with how kind of flatline that was.
So you think that the South will be, or West will be different than how it was at South?
I think it's going to end up being something. I don't see San Antonio really driving the market to bring in anything. I mean, Amazon, Twitch really needs to come down this time to PAX South. I mean, it's cool having Mixer's booth out there, but please, for the love of God, we need some warm bodies that have been along and around the game a little bit. The biggest company out there at PAX South to me was Western Digital and Microsoft's Mixer, but
They had eBay.
was eBay out there?
Yeah, eBay was
So that's what TwitchCon, you know, Twitch has their own convention.
I know, Twitch is so. That's why TwitchCon is cool, just because it's a company that's big enough to hold an expo where you don't need all this. We need a bunch of vendors to come out. Please, for the love of God, help us fill these seats. Please. So that's always good. We have Gandalf show coming on next week. That's going to be kind of fun. The famous Gandalf show. The Gandalf show from Mixer.
We get
He'll
to
be
hear
coming
from
on.
the man behind the Gandalf show.
Yeah. I'm excited. We chatted about popping on just because that date's going to line up with another event that will be taking place on that platform. So it's just kind of it'll be a whole very fun, interesting day of things changing around. We'll finally have our 24/7 podcast channel launching that day on Mixer. So
Interesting to hear his thoughts on the 24/7 channels.
We've had some back end conversation, but hearing some actual dialogue from him would be really fun, just because our channels, not really ours, but like his channels, has really jumped from that kind of farming situation that was going on. So like, what does the man have to say about possible impact on his channel?
Yeah, where does it go from here now with the changes that Mixer's brought up?
What do any of the
times.
channels do at 24/7? Scary stuff. So what are you planning on rolling out over the next couple of days, weeks, years? What's your game plan? Don't you have a house reshading thing?
Reshading. That's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah.
Words?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, so it's log home maintenance, sanding, and completely restaining to basically revitalize an old log home that wasn't maintained properly. And actually, surprisingly enough, we had a rattlesnake on our porch just the other day and had to call a company to come out and remove that. So I'm going to throw a little video together to show you guys how companies will come and actually take rattlesnakes off your property.
You didn't want to
It was,
shoot it dead? Show your kids this is how you eat
I
snakes?
was going to. I was going to shoot it, but it ended up getting behind a planter in this corner of the wall, and I couldn't get a good shot on it.
You're letting
so
some clay hold you up from shooting a snake?
Actually, I was not wanting to shoot my house, so that's kind
Man,
of how it went,
Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and shoot your house.
so to speak. No pun intended.
Nope. Okay, so that's coming up. When do you plan on putting that thing out? General time frame.
It's coming. We'll just leave it at that.
It's coming. Okay, perfect. Sounds good to me. Well, that wraps up today. I mean, it was fun. I'm glad we could get you on now that we've kind of got all the faces all kind of lined up of who could be here, who might be here. I mean, we're obviously at some point going to have guests on, and the podcasting's kind of in a merry-go-round phase. I mean, I'm generally the main pusher of that, but I mean, as long as I can get someone from somewhere to kind of chat back and forth with me, it works. So thank you.
Your alter ego could fill in if one of us is available.
It would be funny running a 2-camera situation that's
That would be pretty
reflected.
good.
But oh god, I could probably last for like 5 minutes before I'm just like, yeah, I can't do this act thing anymore. But no, yeah, thanks for taking some time out to do this.
Absolutely. Some interesting topics.
Yup. Well, peace out, Girl Scout.